law. You don't have an opinion? Have you thought about it?
Senator, I'm not sure which specific instances of categories of crime that are not being prosecuted you're referring to.
Sure. How about shoplifting? How about receiving stolen property? How about resisting arrest? How about making criminal threats? Do you think those are all statutes, criminal violations? Do you think it's a very simple question, counsel. Do you think prosecutors should decide in the name of social justice not to ignore these criminal violations? Have you thought about it?
Senator, I can't say I have.
You're telling me you've not given any thought to this?
Senator,
None whatsoever.
Thank you.
Counselor, I don't believe you. I'm sorry. I just don't believe you. You're a well-read, intelligent person.
You don't feel sympathy for the victims. You don't stand with the victims. Your choice. You've spent your life trying to save that murderer. And listen, here's what the Chief Justice of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court said about your office. Because you keep saying zealously represent, and you're right, everyone is entitled to a defense. But it's not the job of a lawyer to be obstructionist. Is it the job of a lawyer to be obstructionist?
No, Senator.
Well,
hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the heated Senate hearing where Senator John Kennedy grilled one of Biden's judicial nominees. And let's just say, things got pretty intense. We'll break down the key moments, from the nominee's evasive answers to the senator's fiery responses. So if you want a quick recap on what went down, stick around. And before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates on political dramas like this. First off, Senator John Kennedy didn't waste any time. He asked the nominee a straightforward question: what do you think is wrong with the criminal justice system? But instead of getting a clear answer, Kennedy was met with vague responses. The nominee danced around the question, saying her focus has been on individual cases. This set the tone for the rest of the hearing, and Kennedy wasn't having it. Kennedy then asked about prosecutorial discretion, whether prosecutors should ignore certain crimes in the name of social justice. You'd think after years in criminal law she'd have some thoughts, right? But once again the nominee dodged, saying she hadn't formed an opinion on that specific issue. At this point, Kennedy started to get visibly frustrated. Imagine being a nominee and not giving any concrete answers. What's that about? As Kennedy pressed on, his frustration boiled over. He basically said, "I don't believe you," when the nominee claimed she hadn't given much thought to prosecutorial discretion. Senator Kennedy called her out, arguing that with her level of experience, it's hard to believe she didn't have an opinion. Then, Committee Chairman Senator Dick Durbin jumped in to defend her. He explained that prosecutors often have to prioritize certain cases due to limited resources. But Kennedy wasn't buying it. He insisted his question was about district attorneys who ignore entire categories of crimes like shoplifting in the name of social justice. Next, Senator Josh Hawley took the floor, and things got even more heated. He questioned the nominee's work defending death row inmates, focusing on a brutal case involving a convicted murderer named Terrence Williams. Hawley accused her of spending years trying to overturn Williams's death penalty sentence, and questioned whether she was fundamentally opposed to the death penalty. Then, Senator Ted Cruz backed him up, accusing the nominee and her office of running an anti-death penalty agenda. Cruz argued that her career has been all about defending criminals rather than enforcing the law. Harsh, right? Through it all, the nominee stuck to her guns, saying her role has been to defend clients as appointed counsel. She didn't address whether she had personal opinions on broader issues like the death penalty, and Senator Richard Blumenthal, another former prosecutor, stepped in to support her. He pointed out that, yes, prosecutors have discretion, but they also have a duty to enforce the law fairly. Still, Kennedy, Hawley, and Cruz weren't convinced. They saw her refusal to give direct answers as a red flag, especially for someone looking to be a federal judge. So there you have it. Senator Kennedy and several other GOP members were clearly not impressed with this nominee's vague answers and her refusal to take a clear stance on key issues like prosecutorial discretion and the death penalty. Will this affect her confirmation? Only time will tell. What do you guys think? Is it fair to expect more straightforward answers from nominees in hearings like this? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more updates on political showdowns like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.